Welcome to El Edén Centro Comercial here in Bogotá. So we're going to do a walkthrough of the mall here. I got permission earlier to do this. So anyway, this mall is actually somewhat new. They're still filling out the stores. It's definitely growing. However, there are quite a few vacant spots. But it's a nice mall. They've got a lot of nice things to do here, and the kids love it because they have like arcades and trampoline park and all sorts of stuff. They even sell cars here. But yeah, just come walk with me and check out a Colombian mall. These things are still alive and thriving. I know in the United States, the malls seem to just continue to close down. But here it's a bit of a different story because people live so compacted here in apartment complexes, and they don't have like huge parks or anything to go hang out at. Traffic's terrible, so people prefer just to either go for a short walk or get in a taxi and come hang out, walk around, check out stuff. So the malls here are still very much alive. Even have a little putt-putt golf course here. And so, something that I kind of miss personally about the United States. I remember when I was a kid, my parents taking me to Willowbrook Mall in Houston, Texas, or the Woodlands Mall, or places like that. And not that those ones have actually closed down, because they haven't, but a vast majority of them have shut down in the United States. And I think people have kind of forgot, why these existed in the first place. So, if you notice, there's really not brands of stores that you would see in the United States. Most of the brands here are their own, local brands. But they do have some nice things. This Alkosto, it's like a supermarket, but it has electronics and all sorts of things. And to be honest with you, it's kind of like a Sam's Club almost. Maybe not so big in terms of buying in bulk, but yeah, it's like a giant superstore. Okay. So if you've never heard of Juan Valdez, watch out for this dinosaur here. If you've never heard of Juan Valdez, this is a Colombian coffee chain. It's like their own version of Starbucks. They do have Starbucks here, but it's not too common. This is their version of a Starbucks, and honestly, it's delicious. Popsy is a ice cream place, and this looks like a home decor. They've even got toys. Un millón de ilusiones. So got toys in there and home decor. This looks like furniture. They've got mattresses over here, colchones. Wow, they actually have a Crocs store. That's cool. Did not know they had that. Those things continue to climb in price. They have Invicta watches. Anyway, over here it doesn't seem to have much more. But anyway, well, let's go check out the second floor. All right, we are now on the second floor of the mall, and crowds have definitely been picking up. We were here early this morning to get some coffee and stuff, and very few people were here. Now that all the stores are open, it's pretty wild. So they have a fitness place here in the mall. You can see here it's an exercise place. They got a bunch of treadmills here in the front, ellipticals, weight machines. So that's pretty nice. If you live in the area, you can come straight here, head up the gym, do your shopping, whatever you want to do. Dollar City is essentially like a Dollar General. Cheap Chinese junk, but they have, looks like a pretty big store actually. Might be worth checking out just to get some toys and stuff for the kids, or stuff to draw with. The kids love drawing and coloring and things, so it might be a good one. Here's a place where you can exchange money. So if you brought bills with you, you could come over this way. All right, doesn't seem like this side of the mall is filled out quite yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause and we'll join on the other side. All right, so here's like a pet supplies store in the mall. Interesting. Place to do your nails. That looks nice. Alma. Nails and coffee, apparently. They serve coffee too. So there's a coffee place across over there called Tostal. It's also like a small version of a little Starbucks or something like that. It's a chain. They're all over the place. Here's a place for books for kids. That's neat. Place to get your hair cut and beard trimmed. So we basically just did a loop. I'm going to continue back. So if you ever come to Colombia, there's a very famous restaurant chain called Crepes and Waffles. And despite just the name Crepes and Waffles, they do have other food. This right here is their ice cream shop. You can see it says Heladeria. This is just for ice cream. But they do have a real restaurant upstairs, and I'll show you upstairs in a little bit, the restaurant, because that's where all the food's at. But before we do that, let's continue on floor 2. Check it out. A shake bar. Looks like protein shakes and stuff over there. That's kind of cool. I guess it makes sense. They have the gym just around the corner from here. Come over here and get a protein shake. And then a Museum of Illusions. I don't know what that is, but all right. So I think we have seen the majority of the second floor. As I said, there's still a lot of vacant spots here. There is a movie theater in this mall. And then I see over there, they're advertising a VR simulator place. However, I'm not sure if that's where it's at or not. A lot of the more of the attractions and like the amusement type places are on the 3rd floor up near the food court. So that's where we're gonna head now. And let's go check it out. So this place caught my eye. it appears like a place to come and work remote. It has desks and charging spaces. And so if you like to get out of the house and work from outside, that's an interesting place to go. Just something I haven't seen yet. All right, we are here at the third floor now. This is Balsamico. This is a chain here in Colombia. Pretty good restaurant. And this is where they have the movie theater. So they're showing the new Spider-Man, the Odyssey, the Evil Dead movie, The Invitation, Minions movie, Moana, Paw Patrol movie. That's kind of cool. All right, so over here, as you can see, this ridiculous line is for the actual crepes and waffles. I wouldn't stand in this line if you paid me to. I'm not saying the food's bad, but to me, it's not worth the line. And this is why we don't come to crepes and waffles. But it is Sunday, and it makes sense. So yeah, here's your theater. Looks like a nice theater, actually. Okay, and now we're gonna head over to see the rest of the food court. Despite, a pretty decent sized restaurant being here on the third floor, there's other restaurants besides this and Balsamico. And it's more of your standard small shopping mall type food court. And you'll probably recognize some of the brands as I'm looking right now. KFC and Subway are right there, obviously all over the United States. But let's go see what they have to offer. So I'm trying to watch out, make sure I don't hit anybody. All right, so we already saw KFC, we saw Subway. We have La Gordis, which looks like typical Colombian food. They have some burgers, picadas, stuff like that. Then here, it looks like some seafood. I think it's called Dimar, yeah. Then you have PPC, which is pizza, chicken, and something or other. Another place that serves like Colombian plates, typical Colombian stuff. Harbin. Okay, so PPC is pollo, pizza, and carne. That's what that stands for. All right. Then, I don't know if you can see, but all this seating area is for people to come up here, grab a bite, and go sit. Lots of seating. So it's a nice place to come hang out, honestly. You have Senor Wok, which I'm guessing is Chinese food, looks like it. El Carnal, which is some kind of a burrito or sandwich or something like that. I guess it's supposed to be kind of like Mexican food. I'm not sure. Looks like it. Burritos. This is a Colombian burger chain, El Corral. It's like their own version of Burger King or McDonald's or something. This is Los Combos Cosmicos. Looks more just like your standard Colombian stuff. Sandwiches, burgers, milkshakes. More Colombian style food. There's a really good burger place right here. My nephew and my brother-in-law said that this place is really good, and we came here, and it really is. I think that these guys have won some awards for their burgers. They are unique, really good. And then you have sushi fans. So I don't know anything about sushi, and I sure don't know anything about Colombian sushi, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Okay, Cubano. These are sandwiches. This is a chain as well. Like baked sandwiches. Honestly, pretty good. This is one of my favorite places here in Colombia as far as fast food. Then we have Frisbee fried chicken. And we have an Italian restaurant, Gordanelli. All right. And my favorite place in the whole mall, the arcade. Now, the last time I came in here and I tried to film, they got a little bit weird about it. But it's a pretty cool arcade. They've got like an indoor play place for the kids to go run around and jump on stuff. They have laser tag. Honestly, much better than I expected it to be. It's a lot of fun. It is a bit pricey, and especially, you know, if you're on a budget, you gotta be careful here. This place will eat your money quick, but what arcade won't? All right, this is a pretty cool thing. So this is a rope climbing place, course where, as you can see, folks are tethered up to a main line in a center, and your job is to do the ropes course. Looks pretty intense, honestly. And then there's another thing where I think when you get close to the end, there's a thing that takes you to the top, and it swings you all the way around, and you can see that guy right there swinging around. There he goes. I don't know if it's connected or what, but yeah, you can like strap yourself into one of those things and it does a little loop around here. So of course, gotta have McDonald's. McDonald's is pretty interesting in Colombia. I mean, you can get pretty much the same staple items, you know, like your typical hamburgers and stuff. But it's interesting for the kids' meals, it's like a chicken drumstick. You'll see a lot more of like roasted, rotisserie style chicken, or even fried chicken. Here we have a bowling alley, some kind of an ice bowling alley. There's a trampoline park back up in here. I don't know, all sorts of attractions. So yeah, if you ever want to come out to this mall, it seems like a fun place to take the kids for a day. You can go eat, go shopping, come out here and hang out, do some of the activities like the ropes course or the cyber arena, VR. They have an XD theater, bowling. So definitely a fun place to come visit for just a typical shopping mall here in Bogotá. Well, that's gonna be the video, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Comment below if you've ever been to Bogotá, what your favorite shopping mall is. I wouldn't say that Edén is my favorite, but it's definitely a good one. So, hope you guys enjoyed the tour. Thank you for watching, and tune in for the next one.